What's up, y'all? It's your girl, NGD, and you are tuned into Black New Day by AD, where we celebrate our dopeness 24/7, 365. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, NGD, and you are tuned into another episode of Black New Day by AD. Today we have a very special guest, FL. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Thank you.
Good to have you on the show.
Man, finally. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you are a hip-hop artist?
Yeah, hip-hop artist. Try to put myself in the artist category, just artist category, but no, hip-hop is what I try to focus on.
Yeah. So what is your, how did you get into music?
Just to start off, my father is really a big music connoisseur.
Mm-hmm.
Started me off watching Ed Sullivan shows. I don't know if you guys know that, but just really falling in love with the Jackson 5.
Mm-hmm.
Just watching him just really take over the stage and his presence, and him being at a young age and still understanding what he was doing. It's really captivating. And, I think not just for me, a lot of people too probably felt the same way, but from there, it just love for music really grew.
Yeah. So how'd you get into rapping and doing hip hop and just getting into being an artist?
I first started started doing poems and stuff, but what really got me into it, we used to do, I'm not sure if you remember back in the day, we used to lunchroom.
Yeah. Pens on the table, flips beat, grinding, what do you mean?
And if you was trash, don't even try,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sit in the...
Just exactly.
Yeah.
So we used to rap battle, that's what we used to do in lunch. And this guy, I don't know if you might not watch, but if you do watch, his name is Raheem Green. I'll never forget him. Raheem Green. He came there and he cooked me. He spit. And I was trying to, be witty, but he went in there and just came and cooked me in front of everybody. I went home and told myself I was never going to be cooked like that. So then I came back, and his name is Raheem Green, so I tried to really focus on his last name, Green.
Yeah.
Really try to write around Green. And then from there, I don't know, I felt like I needed to do it more and more and more. And I rap battled everybody that really came along. But Raheem Green is really the one who cooked me and got me on my game.
Hey, that's crazy.
Yeah, so Raheem, and he still need to get you back for that. Yeah. But yeah, that's what got me started.
Alright, so you were featured on Jada's mixtape.
Yeah, shout outs to Jada, the big bro.
Yeah, that is definitely a hip hop legend, especially when it comes to bars. Yeah, so that's big. That's
thank you.
dope.
Just the acknowledgement, really, the recognition is, what we really live for. Shout out to my bro Nate too, because I think he got the same thing too. So, just stuff like that is just, we work real hard, and a lot of people don't understand how much work we put in to try to really stay consistent at it. So just to get that recognition and that salute, is really good.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah, especially from somebody of that caliber.
Facts, right?
Yeah.
I can switch you a Jada verse right now.
That's crazy. Yeah. So we are going to get into some hot topics.
All right.
And this kind of pertains to hip hop. So Snoop Dogg recently did his top 10 for rap, and people are in such an uproar, and especially because he left some people off that people feel should have been in, Eminem.
Yeah.
He got into that whole thing I could do without them.
You see?
So how did you feel about it?
You see, as crazy as it is, I hope you don't take it the wrong way, but I kind of felt him, where he was coming from. Eminem is a great, but I don't know. To put him into the top 10 for me, I know I speak to a lot of people and they feel like Eminem should be definitely a top 10, but for me, he's definitely a lyricist, but top 10 for where it hit home for me, nah, he's not.
Yeah.
But he is dope. That's not taken away from what he's done for the game or who he is, but if we're going into an opinionated list, he's not.
I feel that. I feel
Shout out to him.
He is in my top 10 somewhere.
Hey.
Yeah.
Why is he in your top 10?
Like you say, he's a lyricist. I listen to beats, but then I also listen to words. I know a lot of people just stop at the beat. You don't know what you jam into. It could be some bullshit, but as long as the beat is cool. But yeah, I actually listen to
the lyrics.
Eminem. His wordplay and just
what's
the stories he tells and the way he tells them. Like a lot, we can't relate to them,
Yeah.
but like the way he tells them, I like storytellers and people being witty with words. So
shouts to my boy. My fault for me plugging in Nate all the time. But shouts to my boy Nate because we had a debate like this a long time ago, like Jay-Z and Eminem.
yeah,
I don't know if you remember that Renegade song.
I probably do. My
Yeah,
memory
but
is
long story long, yeah, I'm a Jay-Z. I lean towards Jay-Z, and Eminem is fuego, but yeah, I'm a Jay-Z type of guy.
yeah. So when I was also having this discussion actually with Nate about, do you think it's like a generational thing as to why like he left him off as well? Because I know a lot of people like that age and then the generations before probably wouldn't put him in their top 10. Yeah.
I think it is. It could be a generation thing. Yeah, no, a lot of the young kids, they, like you said, they won't listen to the lyrics. They rather just hear the beat and feel off of it, just a vibe.
Yeah.
And if they can't feel a vibe, then you could be saying the dopest shit ever, but they're just not going to feel you.
Yeah.
So, no, I think it is a generational thing, yes.
For sure. Because a lot of the people that some of the people that he had in his top 10, like I know, of course people, KRS-One is going to be
Old
the
heads,
people.
yeah, old heads.
Yeah, but he did name a lot of old heads. Yeah.
But shit, Snoop is an old head too, you know.
Yeah.
Respectively, like OG. So I know his top 10. He ain't gonna put like Lil Pump.
Absolutely not.
So, yeah, his list is different.
Yeah. So, what would be your top 10?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. Off the top, my man Sean Carter, Jay-Z, yeah, he's really that guy just outside of music. Number 2, I'm gonna say a toss-up, but no, I'm gonna say Andre 3000. That's number 2. He's nicer than what people really.
Absolutely.
Like,
He's
I
in my
mean,
top
I have to
5.
listen to him. He's nice.
Yeah.
Number 3, Fabulous. I used to like listen to Fab all the time. I used to think I was fabulous. As corny as it sounds, I used to. Yeah.
It's fine. We all. It's okay.
That's corny. That's corny. That was 3. Number 4. Number 4. Who do I listen to a lot? Number 4. I could say my man Big L. Big L. I know a lot of people don't listen to Big L, but I still listen to Big L, like very much so, because his cadence and his pattern is like a lot of us still spit it that way. He was like really ahead of his time. So Big L, I'll give it to 10. That's a long list.
We can do 5.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, 5 is fine.
Last one. Artist, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna give it to Drake.
I feel that.
If I'm putting like just artists like on my top, then I'm just gonna keep on my top. I think Drake just cemented. I used to hate Drake. I used to like not be a Drake fan, but nah, you can't tell me nothing about that guy. He has some vibes that I be vibing too hard. You know, as a dude, you know, not ashamed to say it, but he really got some hits. So I put him up there. He's nice.
That's real. He's in a lot of people's top 5.
He's nice.
I'm gonna go number 1, Biggie, off top.
Hey.
Number 2, Pac, of course. 3, I'm gonna go Wayne. 4, Andre 3000. 5, Kendrick.
Hey.
Yeah.
Now I forgot about Wayne and Big. Nah, I might have to.
You trying to change that?
Nah, I forgot about Wayne. I'm sorry. Wayne, Wayne is in there before Drake, and then Big is definitely in there before Drake. So then Drake. Nah, he might be 7, 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Nah, Wayne is nice. Wayne is definitely. Yeah. I almost slipped up.
I agree.
Nah, Wayne is nice.
So moving into another hot topic for the week. I don't know if you've seen Netflix put a lot of they're planning to put a lot of like our old black shows on there.
Show.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah.
I think it's dope. Like, I know they worked hard because I follow a girl. She does some editing or something for like Strong Black Lead, which like Netflix. Yeah, that's a thing. But I know she was saying how they like worked really hard to get them on there, and I thought it was dope. But then, like, I also thought about the black-owned TV stations that are showing some of those shows, like Aspire, Bounce TV, TV One. So, like, at the same, like, I'm happy that they put them on there, but then at the same time, I'm just like, well,
What about them?
that we're taking kind of like viewership from, and then we don't have no more black-owned stations because a lot of people think BITD is still black owned, and it's just like, no, they're definitely owned by Viacom, who owns MTV, Nickelodeon, all that. Like, so it has black content, but it's not black owned. But we still have like 3 or 4 black owned stations that are still left that are showing some of those shows, and I'm just like, we need to also support those channels. Like, I don't know how it's set up cable wise, but if we do support those channels, like if views go up, I feel like they'll be able to expand the territory in like the places that they show the actual channels in. So
does like pay have to do like a lot with it too? The different shows get paid a certain way.
Probably so. Like getting the rights to show those on there. I know Netflix got buku money.
Facts, and I think that's probably why. I mean, I know. My household, we watch Netflix all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was hyped to, because some of the stuff on Netflix is getting outdated, and then with the COVID thing coming on, I know they're showing like a lot of new shows, but even with that, it's like, are they interesting? You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember watching Moesha from head to toe. I can still watch that to this day. You know what I mean? Certain shows, I forgot what other shows they said. They had a list of shows, but it was all lit. Like, this place where we could watch some stuff that we grew up watching. Nowadays it's hard to catch up on that. It's dope.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Like, I'm glad they put it on there, but I was also like thinking about the other stations at the same time.
Black-owned stations.
Exactly. So I was reading through people's tweets, and they were actually watching Moesha because that dropped on the 1st, as well as like the brothers, I think something else, like this doing it month at a time, but like they were saying how problematic the shows that we used to watch back then were. Yeah. But I'm wondering, like, is society super sensitive, or were the shows genuinely problematic?
That's a little bit.
Might be a mix of both. But
No, because it is true, like back then people joked, or like niggas joked about anything and everything.
Yeah.
And we had like a sense of humor. Now it's like you can't really say too much because you get shunned
at all.
Yeah,
cancel culture real quick.
Real, and it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. I remember, like, everybody, even down to your parents. Your parents said mean things to you.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents said mean things to me, and it's not to the point like I set up a camp or to go against them. No, I mean, it was just the times that made us stronger, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's like everybody's weak. Yeah, it's just come from a different cloth. Yeah, all of that.
For sure. Yeah, I was talking to my lawn sister the other day, and she was saying something about like how her grandma used to say something about her knees, and I'm just like, bruh, grandmas were our first roasters ever. Like, your grandma would get on you real quick, and what are you gonna say?
And you couldn't say, that's what I was about to say. You can't say
to your grandma, so you can get slapped into next month? No.
But it made you stronger.
Yeah. So I agree with that. I think it was definitely a mix of both. Like, society is super sensitive now when it comes to certain things, and there was probably some problematic scenes in those shows for sure.
Even cartoons were bad too.
Yeah.
Now that you watch them like growing up now, it's like, man, it's
why
crazy,
was that? Why would y'all slap us in there?
I catch it now.
Yeah. That's crazy. And so moving into some things that changed the culture, the Source magazine and XXL magazine, they both debuted on August 1st. one in 88 and one in 97. And I feel like those were definitely some magazines and just a form of media that changed the culture.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have magazines for hip hop. Yeah. Yeah, so that's dope. I wish we still, like, I don't want to say use magazines, that's kind of wasting paper because you can read it online, but just, you know.
There was definitely, I believe there was definitely an era where, like, it was lit to be on that magazine and stuff, like, to be, but after a while, it just got watered, especially double XL. I just feel like it got watered down, and the real essence of, like, since you said it was, what, 88?
Yeah.
The real essence, I believe, like, where it came from is, like, been lost, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Now it's just, if you're popping and you're lit, you'll be on there. As far as, like then if you had something to say, or if you was representing something, then you'll represent you.
I do notice that, now that you say that, throughout the years. It definitely Double XL did. I think the source kind of stayed true to its roots, but Double XL did get, like, watered down a little bit. Yeah.
But there's still outlets, like you're saying, like they're still, like, they showcase, like, black excellence, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's still big up on that.
For sure. And then speaking of Source Magazine, the Source Awards, 95.
Hey.
That,
I love for the Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and Death Row.
That was a wild Source Award. Between that, then Suge with Diddy and everything, talking about was that where he was saying something about dancing all the videos?
Y'all producers dancing in y'all videos, and he basically said, "Come to Death Row."
Yeah.
But yeah, that was monumental. Like I still to this day, like from time to time, like watch like different clips of like that whole era, and it was dope because they really didn't have no fear, mind you. I think they was in New York at that time.
Yeah.
And then
talking
really
cash shit.
really came on some like reckless shit, and you could hear in the crowd like they was talking back, and like it was really a hostile like environment. But the West is a different place in general. Like they're real about that shit. But it was monumental. Like it was a real part of hip hop.
They definitely gave us some. That was wild in that night, man.
Right.
Even Andre, he won. They won Best New Artist, and then so the crowd was kind of booing. He was just like, the South got something to say. Everyone was just on one that night. That was like an iconic.
And I think that's what really started. Didn't that start the beef? Really, like with the East Coast and like
that was before Tupac got out of jail.
Yeah.
Like
I think that definitely like added some.
Because
fuel to the fire.
That was a crazy time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do remember Andre 3002. They it's crazy. We was talking about this the other day. Like they really ran music for a while. Like the South, you know, even during that time, like when they were coming out, it was something that we never heard of, like from New York. You know what I mean? So it was always popping to us.
Yeah, for sure.
Andre.
That was iconic. So the last topic for today, we're going to talk about Watch the Throne, which I feel like that was I want to say, probably one of my favorite like hip hop albums. Definitely collaborations, because I love. Anybody know me? I know I'm a cape for Kanye. I'm gonna come to his rescue every time.
Hey,
I just like think
even during this time frame.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, I just like I said in the last one, like I don't know, people kind of lack empathy for certain things in certain situations. So I'm an empathetic person as well, but I just think he's like a genius, and a lot of people that were geniuses were misunderstood and talked about. People called him crazy. So yeah.
Crazy.
I'm always come to the rescue for Kanye, but
he was a genius, though.
Yeah.
But you're saying Watch the Throne?
Yeah.
What do I think about that album?
Yeah. Man, I know you like Jay-Z.
So. Classic Jay-Z. Everything, you know, head to toe. I always loved and admired how Kanye. A lot of people won't say so, but I think Kanye bigged up Jay-Z, even like as his success.
Yeah.
Right, like even as his success, like we never know who's like up there. But I just feel like I don't know. Like we were just having a conversation with my homies. Like, who do we think made who? You know, did Jay-Z make Kanye, or did Kanye make Jay-Z? That's actually a really good like question, really. But
What you think?
I feel like I'm a Jay fanatic, but I do feel like they complement each other. Like they're both cemented in history. Like when you think of Jay, you gotta
For
think
sure.
of Kanye. It's
For
vice
sure.
versa, you know. And with Watch the Throne, I think it just cemented them in just that frame where it's like, man, they're gonna be put together. Even while Kanye is doing this whole, people are still bringing him back to Jay. They're like, oh, what does Jay have to say, or where is Jay during this? And like, it's to the point like they're iconic. If they were to drop today, tonight, we all gonna listen. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Watch the Throne to me was
Popping up, that was drinking coffee.
was one of the best albums. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
I'm gonna stand.
So, top 3 songs from that album.
Now I gotta like listen to. Niggas in Paris, of course. That was like the top. No Church in the Wild. I used to bump that all the time.
Yeah.
And
The production on that.
Was
Just on
crazy.
all those songs, but
And-
that one in particular.
and
Yeah.
Kanye killed Jay on that song. I admit it. Yeah,
Frank
Kanye-
Ocean was dope too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean was dope.
Yeah, too. Yeah, he was dope. And that was like around the time where we're starting to get to know Frank Ocean, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Because he was like, we heard a few things, but we didn't really hear him here.
Yeah,
Maybe I
this
might be wrong, but
came out in 2011. That's when he, got on the scene. So.
and then another song.
What is it, Otis?
Otis, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think of like all of them. All of them really. Yeah, Otis. You could say Otis, but I know if I see a track list, I'm gonna remember and vibe. Like,
I mean,
yeah.
I'll let you see the track
Hey,
list.
okay.
I
Yeah.
just know.
Come on now, watch it.
I'm going to go.
Lift off, yeah.
Gotta Have It.
Gotta have it.
Otis.
It's a new day.
And
Welcome to the
probably
jungle.
Niggas in
Welcome to the
Paris.
jungle, bro.
Lift Off is 3A. And then, No Church in the Wild is 3A. And then Lift Off is 3B.
Murder to
Like
Excellence.
that.
Yeah, that shit was hard. Yeah, I mean, all of these. Ham,
Yeah.
Jay's verse on that was hard. The Joy. Nah,
Okay,
all of
so
them.
top 3 out of
Yeah,
those.
so all the Joy off the top, I remember the Joy.
Mhm.
I'll say Ham, and I'll still say No Church in the Wild.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, classic.
Solid choices.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, definitely have to listen to that probably on the way home.
Yeah.
So it was a pleasure having you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Where can the people find you on social media and find your music?
You can find me at FL_loud. That's FL_LOUD. Loud just stands for Living Out Your Dream.
Okay.
That's where I'm basically on the gram all the time. As far as like where you can contact me, Facebook, Snapchat, no. Shit, what else? Twitter? Nah, not really. But Facebook and Instagram, you can find me. I'll be there.
And your music.
And my music, you could find my music on iTunes, Spotify, all the good stuff. Everywhere you listen to music, FL_loud. That's FL_LOUD. And live out your dreams. Whatever you do, live out your dreams.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. That was it for this episode. To get daily content, follow us on all of our social media platforms, and I cannot wait to see you guys for the next episode.